everybody, and welcome back to You Can See Me, and it's not just basically audio while I'm driving and you can hear the car in the background. That was a very, very bad idea, but it was kind of fun at the same time, which is weird. I don't know. After that video got uploaded, I was kind of like, you know what would be fun? Is if I did like an audio vlog sort of thing, where it's called like On the Vlog Again. Because it's funny, because it's on the road again, and I'm on the road while I'm vlogging, and oh my goodness, this is the greatest idea ever. I'm probably not going to do it, so we're good. Welcome back to your favorite Monday host. Today, this week, we are talking about the fact that the sun is slowly diminishing. Stop that! You are my light! Brighten up! I decided to use natural lighting again, and the natural lighting wants to hide behind clouds. So rude. Yeah, this week we are talking about what we are reading, and I'm sure you're gonna be like, oh, Kay's just reading like 2 books. She's such a joker. No. I have a problem where I start a book, and then I read it, and then the next day I'm like, I want to read, but I don't want to read that book. I want to read this book. So inevitably I end up with this for my currently reading sort of section. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it. One of them I'm actually almost finished with. Oh my goodness, I know, right? I'll probably do some more reading eventually so I can finish it. So we'll see. But yeah, in no particular order except for the fact that it's kind of making a pyramid on my desk. So we'll go from top to bottom. We've got Dean Koontz's The Bad Place. I think I've started to read this at least twice now, and I usually like pluck out the bookmark because I'm like, I don't remember what I was doing, so blook, new book. That's what I do basically. If I don't read a book continuously for a while, like several months, then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna read this, I'm not gonna remember where I'm at, so I just boop. But, no, yeah, this one's kind of creepy, as they usually are. I haven't gotten very far, as you could see, and I remember most of what has been going on, but it's... How would you describe it? It takes place, like most of his books do, if I recall correctly, where you got 2 main characters. There's technically 3, because 2 of them are partners in crime. They, like, do stuff together, and they're a couple, so it's kind of funny. And they like big band music, so it's even better because I like big band music too. And then there's this guy who's running from this thing, and you're like, what's he running from? What's going on? Are they gonna like bump into each other or something? What's gonna happen? And I haven't gotten that far, so I don't know what's happening. Yeah. Next up is a book I honestly don't remember what is going on, except it's space aliens, basically. And it's Dread Empire's Fall by Walter John Williams. This is the first book of a series. The Dread Empire's Fall series, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. I know it's the first book of a series, and I bought like all 3 books, so hopefully it's good. Otherwise I wasted money. But only like $2 or so. I don't know. Oh, maybe I didn't get these used. There's a rip right there. I'm not happy about that. But yeah, this one I haven't gotten very far. I don't remember, like... Yeah, it starts like right there. So, I've only gotten into chapter 1. It's itty bitty teeny tiny little print. Look at this. Itty bitty teeny tiny little print. That's one thing I don't like about paperbacks is they're super easy to hold. But the reason why they're so thick is because they're teeny tiny itty bitty little print. But yeah, I don't remember what's going on in this. I just remember that something's happening. And yeah, that's all I remember is there's something going on. And all the soldier, like the alien soldier guys are like, we have to prepare for this thing. Blah, blah, blah. I think it's like the fall of the Dread Empire, basically. And they're part of the Dread Empire. So it's all like, they have to honorably die as they're like high up or something. And it's interesting, but I just haven't gone very far. It's one of those books where you actually have to be in the mood for it. Otherwise, you're just like, not interested. Next up is what I absolutely had to buy, so much so that I bought the one that went with it, and I didn't get the one that goes in third place, and there may be more actually, but it's Alien Out of the Shadows. It's actually kind of interesting and also really cheesy how they end up doing it, because it's like, really, did you have to do that? But I mean, it was inevitable to happen because, I mean, it mentions it on the back, so it's like, oh, okay, it's gonna happen. But yeah, basically, a mining ship ends up with one of these guys on it, so that's great, and they don't know what it is, so that's even better. So yeah, I haven't read much of it, because I ended up starting to finish one of the other books, so maybe this will be the next book in line to get finished. But I mean, if you're wondering what it's about, it's Alien. The alien from Aliens. And Alien 3 and Alien Covenant that's coming out that better be good. Oh my god, I like Prometheus, so hopefully I like Covenant. We'll see. I know that had nothing to do with the book, but I just wanted to point that out. Next up on my list of books I'm reading, because I have a problem, is Ellery Queen's The Origin of Evil. This is actually one of the more recent books that I bought, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna read this, and so I started reading this, and it's a mystery book, but I like how it's written by Ellery Queen. Ellery Queen is the main character. If you don't know, Ellery Queen is actually a fictional person, so it's just so much, there's entertainment out of it. It is kind of old school writing, so it's kind of like, okay. So yeah, it's interesting how like the style and stuff changes after years of books being published. So, but yeah, this is actually pretty good. I haven't read any of the other ones for Ellery Queen, so far there's been like one little name drop from like a previous case that he did, and that's it. So that's pretty cool. So you can, I guess, read whichever ones you want out of these, and it's okie dokie. So this one I find mildly amusing, because you recall 2 books back, we had The Dread Empire's Fall, right? This one is A Chronicle of the Dread Empire, A Cruel Win. Befuddled? Yes, are you? That's funny, I didn't even plan that. This has nothing to do with the science fiction book. It just so happens to be the same sort of Dread Empire. But yeah, this is fantasy at its finest. I think it's steampunk. No. Yes? No, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's got 3 books in one, hence why it's such a big book. It's got A Shadow of All Night Falling, October's Baby, and All Darkness Met. But yeah, so of course, the reason why I got it was because it was $2 and the cover looked really good. Shush, I do judge books by their cover, and also by their spines, and also by whether or not the synopsis is on the back. Not really, but that helps. So yeah, you look at it and it's like, oh, that looks interesting. Okay, so I'll get it. There's so much stuff. I started reading it, I was like, oh, this is pretty good, and then it gets to a different little bit at the beginning. And then I'm like, what are these words? How do you pronounce them? Why are they throwing all these names at me all of a sudden? Because you get introduced to the Brotherhood group, the Storm Kings. And there's like 7 of them. So you get to learn all of their names, little bits of information about them, and then where they're going, where they're coming from. And of course, it's fantasy. So the names are like, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, why? But yeah, I don't think there's a map in this one, which makes me sad because I like fantasy books that have maps. Oh, it's got, if you like his book, here are more of his books in the back of the book, which is good. Always gotta promote yourself and others. I don't know. I think these are, oh yeah, it's science fiction, fantasy, and horror. I don't know why horror always gets thrown in with science fiction and fantasy, because not all sci-fi is horror and not much of fantasy is horror, really. But yeah, so basically the rise of a dead empire is coming. That's basically what this book, the beginning book at least, is about. So There's a little boy in here, and he's grown up to be a man, so I'm assuming he's going to be the hero that we need. Because Dread Empire is coming! The Dread Empire is coming! The Dread Empire is coming! Last but not least on my list, and unfortunately I don't have the third book. I thought I had the third book, and I don't. I've got book 1 and 2, so I have to go find book 3, because now I'm invested. But it is Nick Sagan, Idlewild. I have the dust cover pulled off, and I didn't grab it, so you can't see what it actually looks like. But no, this is of the Idlewild series, where basically a VR learning goes wrong, kinda sorta. No spoils, so I'm not gonna say what's going on, because I'm almost done with this book. Look at that. I am almost done with this book. I am so happy. It finally got to the part where, so I know I've started this book before, and I remembered like a beginning bit, and it turns to find out the beginning bit that I remember is actually near the end, because it just happened. So I'm like, how far have I gotten into this book? Have I actually finished this book without realizing it, and I'm actually supposed to be reading book 2? I don't know, because I don't remember anything before the bit that I remembered, because I thought the bit that I remembered was the beginning. It's so weird. Like, this book is really interesting. It, like, throws you for a loop. But, yeah. I'm on chapter 8. Chapters are kind of, the text isn't very big. Let me... First pages. I like this. It's so pretty! But yeah, the text is really, like... It's not very thick. Small. It's not very small. Which is good, because small print and a hardback book. No, thank you. That's problems for everyone. Which I think the Cruel Wind is small print. Let me see. No, it's not small print. There's just a lot on a page. I know, right? That is a lot. But yeah, that is all of the books that I'm reading. I'm not going to talk about this so very much because there's a lot of spoilers in it right now. Mostly because all I remember are the spoilers. But no, you basically have the main character. It's first person point of view, so that's cool. But yeah, I like it so far, and I'm hoping the second book is good, and I'm gonna have to find the third book. So I probably won't buy the third book until I finish the second book, just because I've bought a whole bunch of books recently, and I haven't done the haul video for it. Oops. Yeah, so that is all of the books that I'm reading. I really hope everybody else does this theme this week, because I'm really curious to see, especially like Melissa and Dylan, because I know they love reading, and Kio-chan, I'm kind of curious to see if she'll bring up any manga. And Britt, well, I don't know. Has she been reading? Or has she been busy? I'm sure she was reading something. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And Kio-chan, we will hopefully see you tomorrow.